Hi, my Aquarians friends, and let's see what is this period from the 16th to 31st bringing to us. I had 3 jumpers. So we have a mission of healing family issues. This could be the one, somebody, from the past, some flavor, and these two will be related and very soon. So healing family issues, this could be the one. This kind of like means that we have to trace back our steps, literally, to see where was the first time we kind of like have been dealt maybe a bad hand, and you see there is like kind of healing that has to take place. Could be our father, could be our mother. It generally goes all the way back, and we are kind of replaying these scripts, these tapes, all our lives. We're attracting other people who are kind of resonating with this because we need to learn the lesson. Instead, sometimes we just keep changing your partners, waiting for solution where solution is inside of us. So hence, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. So why don't we want to get rid of these tapes, to kind of like put an end to it, so we can kind of like move on and keep doing the same things is keeping us in kind of like this limbo of getting the same results. So maybe it's a time to kind of cut that cord. So however, we are still stuck. 2 of Swords reversed means not really making a decision, kind of like inability to make a decision, or worse yet, that we have to accept somebody else's decision, right? So let's see. Knave of Pentacles, there is like some motion of moving forward. Maybe we are studying something, maybe we are looking deeply into something. This could be issue of dealing with kids as well. I guess it's back to school, it kind of would make sense. We are slightly defensive over something. 7 of Wands, it's kind of like maybe angered with something, but at the same time this is like fighting for something we really believe in. 7s are basically spiritual. It's a spiritual number, but it's also a number of independence, right? So keep in mind that even though you think that you're like fighting against kind of like considerable odds, that you are still actually in the game, and that you even have possibly a position of some kind of advantage because you're like really right on top of it, and you're very close to, we are close to our goals. So there is a soulmate that is no longer a soulmate. We maybe feel embarrassed over something. Maybe we have to look into some issues. Maybe this is what this defensiveness is all about, and maybe simply not the right time, just like as this said here. Maybe we kind of have to figure out in which direction we really want to go and when. So in the past, yeah, somebody looks like we were rejected, some of us. The others, it feels like somebody, this generally card talks about a third person, talks about that somebody basically played with our heart, and it also talks about mental torment, where we kind of like are dealing with those thoughts of why. And why is never a good question, especially not in love. People do whatever they want to do. Sometimes there is no logic in it. Sometimes it's just like a candle. It came down to the end, and it's still kind of a little kind of piece standing out. So why? It was just a time, right? And everything happens for a reason. One door closes, another one opens. So I think this is maybe what's happening. Maybe some of us are still dealing with the leftovers of a relationship, something that was karmic, obviously, but also something, there is like this big why question, and kind of like maybe there is defensiveness in this whole situation, but also Knave of Pentacles is opening the door to moving forward. So that's kind of good. 10 of Pentacles. Yay, I hate this combo. That kind of like really means that we are blaming ourselves. That really means that we kind of did see it happening, and yet we willingly just walked into the situation, and it happened, and then we are angry with them, where it basically has been self-evident maybe that this is just like not a workable situation. However, good news is like that healing is taking place, and healing means we are taking those swords out and kind of like putting the band-aid on these kind of wounds, and so it is going in a good direction. So healing, we have it here, right? So living in a dream world, maybe we are reassessing our entire positioning. We are really sign of idealism. See, we have a second 7, but this is basically telling me that we maybe right now have to be alone, because we have to really figure out what we want. We kind of like have all these like lofty desires, like I'm gonna get another cat, a mouse, but who is to say that we just have to take one? So now this in the reverse situation is saying maybe there are no choices. Maybe we feel there are no choices. Maybe we feel it's kind of end. Maybe we feel, oh gosh, you know, the best is behind me. This sometimes talks about person just going too much deep inside, and when people are very unhappy, some people really get depressed. Some people lose themselves in illusions, and problem with that is like initially it helps, but problem with that is like that it sets you up for deep unhappiness, because thinking that there is like this perfection, right, it really renders you full of anxiety, and this is really already happening, some kind of tormenting, and this is kind of an emotional level feeling, well, it's not happening. There is this loneliness that some of us may be experiencing, and it, like this is basically represented with the star in tarot. And I don't know if you look here closely, he has this star right into his lantern. He is trying to find the guiding star, and you see we have the moon, we have the stars. So even though something has ended badly, right, look, there is like still this, like, I mean, stars going up, that kind of like, that's that silver lining. We have to figure out what was the lesson we learned, because it was a karmic lesson. We were literally put back on our path. So you have to retract back 3 to 7 months, something that has been happening, something that made you feel lonely or rejected, or something that maybe you felt, or maybe you are feeling very defensive. So this goes back all the way back to, what did this person give it to us that we feel so strongly connected to us? Did this person give us something that we didn't get as a child? Was this recognition? Was this appreciation? Did he or she kind of like treat us in a certain way? So we have to go back and not to mourn that things, but just realize, wait a minute, this is something I should have happened, that should have happened, that should have been given all along, and this is something I need. So it's kind of like recognition of it. Like, loneliness is not a natural emotion. Loneliness is basically happening when we feel stuck, and loneliness has to be remedied with kind of like filling the space, finding the purposefulness, and finding how to move forward, finding your bright star. Not everything is lost. Just this person was lost, and this person was not even a person in a sense, because this person was a karmic person. You have already met the romantic partner you seek. So karmic connection, what is? It's somebody who basically we build in our soul contract. So we have this karmic chart, so check out my karmic readings. So I see what is your soul contract. You sometimes have your path, and sometimes you have to resolve all those balls that you dropped in your past lives. So this is the agenda we have, like in this lifetime, let's say we want to get to university. So if like, and you're writing all the stuff in your chart, and then you say, well, wait a minute, if I stray away from this path, this is what's going to happen. You know, maybe it's going to be relationships, it's going to knock you down on your knees, and hence you're again going to see, oh, wait a minute, I have had too much partying, I moved away from my path. So literally this puts you back, and then you're tracking back your karma. So this means you're kind of disconnected from kind of going really back to the path. We're kind of feeling lonely. I'm going to clarify that more. So even in the environment is like things are not moving fast enough, and honestly this is really giving me this solar eclipse kind of flavor, because it's reversed. It will be sunshine up, so here is something eclipse, some kind of passion, and I think 21st is going to be really crucial. Yep, this is a great card. Oh my gosh, finally, after all this crapola that I'm getting, the World, probably the best card, because this is major arcana. Majors are, and like we have 2 major arcanas, and it's, you see, this is the last one from the lower, like I mean, major arcanas, and this is the last, this is the ultimate goal of the journey in tarot. It's the World. You see, look, it's kind of funny, it's moving to the next stage, because look, there is a cat on a cushion with a milk dish, wishing to be a cat with a cushion with a milk dish. Okay, I'll tell you a joke, and I'm a horrible joke teller, so don't think and don't expect that you're going to laugh, but it's a kind of really good moral of the story. So a big city banker is basically, you know, trying to see if he can invest into some small coastal regions, and he's observing a fisherman who is basically coming back home with a load of fish. So he's thinking, whoa, this guy's good, you know, if this guy kind of like invests and gets a fleet, he'll be making so much more money. So the next day he's thinking about approaching this guy, and he sees the guy just lying down on the beach and suntanning, and he's like, wait a minute, why is he not working and doing all this stuff? So he approaches the fisherman and says, hey, hi, well, I really want to talk to you about your business. So he said, sure, like what? He said, well, you know, I have this great idea. So he said, what do you want to do in life? He said, well, I really want to enjoy my life. I really want to kind of take it easy, enjoy my family, have these wonderful dinners every day with my wife, and enjoy my kids, and yeah, do in life what I like to do. He said, well, do you like fishing? Yeah, absolutely. He said, so what about I give you a loan? So he goes, for what? Well, so you can buy another boat, and then you're going to have twice as much fish coming back, and then you can actually do more with this. You can buy another house, and then when you save enough, you can return the loan, and then you can maybe buy the 3rd boat, and eventually you'll have a fleet. And the fisherman is asking, so okay, and what is this going to, you know, get me? He said, well, eventually you'll get to the situation where you can really enjoy life and your family and your kids. And the fisherman is looking at him, wait a minute, I'm already doing this. So you see, sometimes it's like how we position who we are and what we want in life, and this is saying, like, you have to be happy where you are, and this is kind of understanding, I am happy where I am, but there's a time to move on and conquer the other situations. And there you go, there is like rebuilding. It's 8. I was waiting when the 8 is going to show up. So because of the eclipse, it's going to be rebuilding slowly. Something slowly is moving on, but it's moving on with a precision, with shedding off things that didn't work. Healing is the key. The World, I'm not afraid for us anymore. Like, the World card is really good. Hope, because it's falling in hopes and fears. So hoping for the best and fearing that the best is going to happen, it's a really good fear to have. So certainly, guys, healing is taking place. The loneliness worries me. So let me check, let me confirm this Hermit card. Okay, the letters, yeah, you see, all of them are upright because it's a general reading. I really look at them upright, but the letter came out reversed. It is lonely. There is a communication from somebody that is not arriving, and this is what, maybe there was this hope, and that maybe that kind of is connected here to this illusions. Yeah, you see, this kind of like flicked. It was somebody we either shared a home with or we wanted to share a home with, but we have to put that whole idea to rest. But it could be that the love is still existing, and maybe we live in an illusion that the love is existing in them, and we are kind of hoping for a contact, but it's not happening. So let me just get one more clarifier over here. Something felt. There you go. You see, it's a 9 stage, and we are going from 9 to journey. We are closing it in this period of time. Yeah, we are moving to the next stage, and it could be that was a fire sign, kind of like that, let us down, or somebody who has been very fiery, kind of very dating like, because Knight of Wands are people who kind of come to our life, promise everything, but they don't stay. So we just swept up our feet, like almost in the Bachelor like style, you know, the Bachelor and Bachelorette series, where they have like this exuberant dates, and of course everybody falls in love because, oh my gosh, this is so super fantastic. And you get home and then you have to have salami sandwiches, and it's like, ugh, you know, I don't like you anymore because you were the package deal, and now, like, I mean, there's like 95% of the package that is gone. So let's see, what is this Knight of Reunion? Or somebody might want to be willing to have a reunion with us, coming back in our life, but for a very short stop. Keep that in mind. Yeah, you're going to put an end to it, guys. It's gritting our teeth and saying, look, I have already suffered through it. I'm already healing. I do not want to go back. I'm moving on. So, guys, time to move on. I think this is the key. Clearly decide what you want, so it comes to you now. So what do you guys want? I want a great life. I want friends. I want love. But I want to love with somebody who deserves me. How about you? Let me know in your comments. You know I love you. If you're not subscribed, so you're the first one to get. And please like and share. And visit me on the Facebook. And for your private reading, please check my website and contact me there. All the best, guys. Love you. And the monthlies are coming up in about a week. Okay? Talk to you soon. Well, thank you for watching, and please remember to join my Facebook as well, where you can get different tips and possibly healing as well on a daily basis. Thanks again. Until the next time, love you.